Steve, the 1 p.m. meeting has been brought forward to 8 a.m.
Check calendar. Check mail.
Hey Steve, the client got an earlier flight, so we brought the meeting forward to 8 a.m.
Reply. No problem. Please print copies of the 1031 report. Pull. Stock, media, and news. Push 1, 5, and 7.
听音乐，贝多芬。行走，主要景点。
歌剧院在前方。
打电话，李先生。
Hey, Fenna.
Hey.
Tonight's gonna be so much fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming home Randy Pausch. Glad to be here today. Hell, I'm glad to be anywhere today.
Let's start off with a short explanation on what human-computer interaction actually is. HCI is the study of interactions between people and computers. It's a mixture of many things, including computer science, behavioral sciences, design, and many other fields of study. Through the implementation of interactive computing systems, the relationship between users and computers are greatly improved, meeting the needs of users and utilizing computers to its full potential.
Human-computer interaction is the point of communication between humans and computers. This exchange of information is known as the loop of interaction, an idea that many innovators focus on in the process of building new designs. The aspects of the loop of interaction include task environment, machine environment, areas of the interface, input flow, output, and feedback. Task and machine environment deal with the conditions and intentions of the user in their working environment. It is critical to focus on the flow of information as it transfers from the task environment to the machine environment. In the past, the interaction that existed between the user and computer was very limited. Now with today's technology and HCI developments, we are able to interact on a more advanced level with these devices through interface builders and a range of event languages. The use of event languages such as the HyperTalk language of Apple's HyperCard and lingual scripting language of Micromedia's Director, information scientists are able to illustrate the direct manipulation of graphical user interface styles, creating events for each user action with a mouse and keyboard. These events are performed with interactive graphical tools, one of which that has had great success are interface builders. Interface builders use graphical methods to express graphical concepts, which ultimately makes for a more easy and pleasing user experience. In the future, we'll be using high-quality speech recognition, gestures, or handwritten commands, and even eye-tracking movements as tools.
The focus of the program is to minimize the amount of attention demanded from the user. Automatic techniques are used for generating interfaces, allowing the designers to specify interfaces at high levels with details and implementations to be provided in the system. The goal with automatic techniques is to simplify people's lives. People with no user interface design experience can let the system create high-quality user interfaces with little or no effort. The only problem with this technique is that there is an unpredictability factor Challenges of user interface tools work are to make powerful approaches and at the same time make them accessible and understandable to typical developers. So a new generation of tools will be created that integrates cognitive science knowledge and user interface tools to reduce human attention. Now let me introduce Professor Scott E. Hudson, an innovator of interface software and co-author of Past, Present, and Future of User Interface Software Tools.
Hello all, I am a professor at Human-Computer Interaction Institute at the Carnegie Mellon University. I direct the Human-Computer Interaction Institute PhD program and am involved in user interface software and technology. One of my recent works include research on perceptually optimized displays applied to in-car navigation. In-vehicle navigation has changed substantially in the past few years. Drivers can now make use of automatic map services and GPS to guide them along their routes. However, safe driving requires concentrations. Drivers need to pay attention to the road rather than their in-car technology. To maintain this principle while retaining the value of in-car navigation systems, we are developing the MOVE, Maps Optimized for Vehicular Environments system. Our system works by optimizing the information presented to the driver at any given time. It balances communicative value with attentional cost so as to deliver the most important information with the least disruption. Tests have shown a threefold decrease in the number of glances needed to interpret the contextually optimized display compared to a static display.
Research on past tools has had an enormous impact on today's developers. However, we are at a time where user interfaces are undergoing rapid improvements. These changes will allow people to break away from the stationary positions of the desktop, where it has been for the last 15 years, where the only interaction users have is to the monitor, keyboard, and mouse. The next millennium will open with an increasing diversity of user interfaces on an increasing diversity of computerized devices. For example, the standard input device for PDAs today is their stylus. However, these PDAs, along with digital cell phones and pagers, are already forming together to create portable, wireless communication devices that support voice input. This will allow people to easily check their mail, schedules, or you would be able to tell your computer that you need to set up a spreadsheet, and it will respond by opening your spreadsheet software program in any blank project.
These many recognition-based interfaces are different from today's interfaces in a way that if the input is unknown due to users' errors, interfaces must contain a program to allow the user to monitor and correct the error. Another important HCI element in the future would be end-user programming. No matter how great the interfaces are, the users will want to customize the interfaces to their favor. However, the problem with this is that the programming is too hard and complicated for everyone to learn, and only the high-end users will enjoy the benefit. Therefore, there still remains many issues for future human-computer interfaces, which includes skill and dexterity levels of users, interactive setting, demand of the user's full attention, and the creation of usable interfaces.
Thank you.
Wow. Let's try another file. Oh, cool. You can see what I want to type. Okay, well, internet, how do we stop? No, don't type that. No, wait, back. Where's the help?
In a world where machines interact like people and bodies can be rebuilt from scratch, how will we wage war, fuel our need for power, commute to space? How will your life change in fully networked cities of the future?
Holographic companions.
Hello, Paul.
Security systems that recognize you. Cars that drive on their own.
See how scientists today are making visions of tomorrow real. This is closer than you think.
Go, hey, little mama, I could transform ya. No, I can't dance, but I could dance on ya. Swiss on the beat, Chris, move your feet. And maybe I could transform you him to a me.